Hello and welcome to my interpretation of a medieval castle. For this castle, I used a program called Minecraft, and everything is built block by block. You can break something, it's only one block. Place something, it's one block. You come to this tree. If you stand far away, you'll see it's not a tree. But if you come up, you'll see that is a lie. It's made up block by block. See the tiny outlines if I put my crosshair on it. And now you can just right click and place block by block a small wall or wherever you want to build. See, that's a small wall. It's a baby wall. I don't like that wall. Do you want wall I prefer? This wall. And this castle. Let's talk about the wall first. Okay, so the wall is when attackers would come up and they would think, how do we get the wall? How do we get the wall? The wall's so strong. How do we defeat the wall? So and then the people who are defending the castle will be like, you shall not pass. You shall not defeat the castle. Yeah. But if the castle was under attack, the women and children and the men would be up here defending the castle. The women and children would come into these houses here. And they would come into all these houses. Now these are all symmetrical. They're not different in any way. There's plenty of them. That's all the houses. Now I'm going to show you this before I get into anything else first. Come in here. You'll see this is a small tower that I built for this project. And if you come up here, it's another place where they can go on patrols and if the castle's under attack. Now if you fly over this area and come back to here, you'll see these buildings. You don't know what they are now, but you will know in a second. These are the stables for pigs, cows, sheep, chickens, then sheep. It's where they would store their animals and collect their food. Now the wall goes all the way around with 4 towers at each corner. Now if you come to this building, you'll see a small chapel. And if you come in here and you sit down here, the peasants would come in here and listen to a sermon. And that's where the peasants would learn from the church. And now if we come that's the outer ring of the inner wall, of the inner castle, I should say. Now this is the area where the monarchs and the nobles would be. And if you come this way, you see a small building, a really small building, labeled Armory. You can see here that it has a bunch of swords in each chest. The army would come in here if the castle's under attack, and grab some swords to fight with. Now if you come over here, you see it's labeled armory. I think I already told you that, but sorry. Okay, come over here, you see it's labeled King's Church. This is a larger church, but though it's very similar to the other church, and you can see how it's much bigger, and where nobles and maybe the king and queen even could come and listen to a sermon. Now for the last part, and the part that probably took the most time of all, except for the wall. That definitely took the most time. And if you come this way, this is the keep, the part that took the most time. It's labeled the keep. Now you come over this way, through the hallway, this way, you see a room where the king and all of his people could eat. I have a random design that I did, a sword, and the griffin. My favorite is the griffin. And that's where they would eat, and if you come this way, then you will see the throne room. This is where the king would sit, on top of this throne. On this throne is where the prince/princess would sit. And on this throne is where the queen would sit. And if you come down here, into the bedrock area, you'll see we have prisoners behind bars. This is the dungeon where the people would keep the criminals and the suspects and torture them. I don't have a torture chamber though. Sad. And now if you come this way, you'll see a door. Now this would be just one big door, but for our purposes, we have a button here. Which, if you heard that, which you probably did, you can see that. Open that. Press this button. Opens that. This button closes that. That's not supposed to be there for medieval times. That's just for our purposes. So now, these are the king's, prince and princesses, and the queen's beds. This is the twin-size bed, or the prince/princess's bed. That's the queen-size bed, or the queen's bed. Though the same size as the princess's bed. And this is the king-size bed, the king's bed. And now I'll do one final fly around to show you the rest of the castle. Well, not to show you anything new, but just to show you the sheer size of this. Now you just press this button, close, and you can go out here, and it's nighttime, of course. This is just massive. I placed almost every block. For those, I just grew those trees. I didn't place those in the logs. But this is all, I didn't look on any other thing. I made up the wall design, made up the tower design, the stable design, the house design, the inner wall design, the keep design, the church's design, and the armory's design. So that is my interpretation of a medieval castle.